Good evening, televiewers. Welcome to Prime R on my Media Prime. We this evening are going to, as promised, we're going to be looking at the situation that has made social media rounds across the world. A lady was attacked by another lady for supposedly going out with the father of the child. They call her the baby mama, and who got information that someone was going out with the boyfriend, and so they decided to invite this lady to the house, and this lady was copiously beaten, humiliated, and so many things went around, and the social media caught it, and it has been making social media rounds, and so much information has been filtering around, which may be right or wrong. We felt at My Media Prime that we should get to the source so that they can tell the story of what happened as a way to let persons actually know where their limits are. If you are going out with a guy, where is your limit? That is why we thought it important to bring a lawyer in the studio with us to tell us the implications of attacking another person, humiliating the person, and even torturing the person. What legal implications actually awaits persons who would engage in that. We may be doing that not knowing that if we are taken before the court of law, we may be actually sanctioned or sent to jail. What actually happened in Boya, and where are we with the situation, is going to be the focus for the first part of today's edition of Prime Hour that is going to run from now till 8 p.m., after which we're going to be receiving the officials of Ntarinkon Credit Union to tell us why every year they have been voted the best credit microfinance or institution in Cameroon. What is their secret? What are those special services that Ntarinkon Credit Union actually provides to its clients to move them to be voting it as the best microfinance institution in Cameroon? We are in the studio with Barrister Lohtabu Evans Tingom, who is the lawyer for the victim of the attacks in Boya by other ladies. We are glad to have you for the very first time in our studios, Barrister.
The pleasure is mine, sir. The pleasure is mine, and it's I'm very, very happy too for us to host a program like this that touches on the rights of women. Maybe some of us, we act ultra-variously, thinking that we just do things the way we are, not knowing that Cameroon is a state of law. And when issues like this pop up, then we'll see the other side of the law. Thank you, sir.
Okay. We also are in the studio with the victim, Essou Marinette is her name, who was copiously beaten, and a lot of other things are done to her. She is coming all the way from Boya. Good evening, Marinnette.
Good evening, sir.
How are you?
Not feeling too well.
Yes, the audience would want to get the story of what is happening, so you may have to talk a little bit loud. I understand you were discharged from the hospital yesterday? Day before yesterday?
Still in the hospital, sir.
You are still in the hospital?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, we are actually very, very sorry for what happened to you. We cannot say we are happy that you're here, but for the sake of clarity on what happened, and also to pass a message to those of you who may have information that maybe your guy or whosoever is going out with one or two persons, you should know where your limits actually are. Marinnette, would you tell us what actually happened on that fateful day? That was on the 8th of June.
Yes, sir.
Yes, what happened? Speak a little bit around, please.
I was in Limbe, which I went to do my brother transaction because he's building a house in Limbe.
Your brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So he sent me money to go to Limbe to do the transaction, to buy zinc and pay the workers. So that early Wednesday morning, I was in Limbe already around 8 o'clock. which I received a text message from my guy's phone saying he's back from Kumba because he traveled to Kumba. That he's back from Kumba. I should come to the house. It's urgent. I said, no, I'm in Limbe. One important thing, when I'm back, I will come to the house. I said, when I'm done, I will come. He said, no, it's something urgent. He wants to show me his house because I never knew his house. Since we started it, I don't know his house. He said I should come. It's urgent that I should come. Their parents in the house, he wants to introduce me to them. I said, okay, just give me like 30 minutes. I will done with what I'm doing here, then I will come up. I left Limbe, coming up to Boya, because through the SMS, which I never knew was the guy, was a lady that was talking. Saying, I don't know his house, but through the SMS, he directed me to the house. As I reached at Boya, he directed me to his house that is living at checkpoint. I should come inside. Okay. So I went there. I said, okay, I'm in front of the building which he directed me. He said I should come inside the house that is living at the first door. I was standing there. A lady, her junior sister, came out of the house and opened the door. I said, where is your elder? Because I was shocked because he told me he's in the house alone and he's some of his family members, that kind of thing. The junior sisters opened the door. So I entered. I sat on the chair. She went inside and called a lady. I'm sure it's a baby mama or I don't know who. The baby mama just came outside with a bottle, break it on the wall, pierce it or point it on my neck, saying, oh, so now me be the girl where I follow a massa or now who saying such a word that I should undress myself. But I was scared of the bottle, so I had to undress my body. I removed my jacket, my t-shirt. He used a scissors and cut off my bra. And asked the other, because there were 4 of them inside the house. They already locked the door, put on music, so that even I shout or nobody will hear me outside. Asked the other lady to get inside this, and they came outside with a stick, mortar pistol, and a bowl of pepper. The other one came with scissors. The lady started shaving my hair. They were beating me up as they were shaving my hair with a blade and a scissors. Then the other lady was beating me behind, asked me to lie down. They removed my pants. They cut it with the scissors. They were beating me up and took the mortar pistol, rubbed it on the pepper, and inserted it on my private. Then the other one asked me to open my phone. Asked me to open my mobile money. That if I don't give the password of the phone, they will break the phone. I gave them my password of my mobile money, my iCloud. They opened my phone, withdraw the money that was inside, and transfer it to their phone. I pleaded them that even if the money in my bag, because I did not even pay the workers. The money was still in my bag. I did not even pay. I pleaded that they should even save me, let me go. I was shouting. There's nobody that could even help me outside because of the noise that was inside the house. I even asked them to even take the money and the phone so that they should excuse me, let me go. They said no. They will beat me up, throw me out of the house. Nobody even recognized my body if I don't comply with them. They were beating me up, brought me the pepper on my body. The lady was shaving my hair with the scissors and a blade. I don't know if the blade was used blade or a new blade because you can see from the rashes that's coming out of my body. I don't know if the blade was used or unused. After then, they pushed me out of the house. I wish I was still naked. They were still beating me up, going out of the roadside, and others were still videotaping me. The neighbors around were still videotaping me. They pushed me out of the house. I even pleaded that they should even give my ID. They went inside my bag, just removed the huge amount of money was inside. They removed half. I didn't even count because there were paper on my eyes. They gave my ID card on my hand.
Did they put paper in your eyes?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
So I was not seen. I was not seen. They even turned my ID card. So as I was pleading on my ID card because I cannot go to the roadside without my ID, they went inside my bag, removed was half. I did not count because there was paper on my eye. Remove it and give my ID on my hand. I just fold it on my hand. I was like struggling to go to the roadside. They were still beating me going to the roadside, saying that they will go and keep me right at checkpoint before they come back. But because of there's one construction building around, one guy just came out and rescued me, took me inside the house, gave the building construction, washed my eyes, washed my body, removed his dress, and gave me so that I should wear. Then went to the police station and called for the police. That's when they came and carried the 4 girls plus me and went to the police station.
This guy, how long have you known the guy?
2 months now.
You've known this guy for 2 months.
Yes.
And while you were going out with him for 2 months, did he tell you that he had another girl, or he was married, or anything of that sort?
No, he never mentioned that he was married. He said he was having a relationship, but which they're having a child, but he has terminated the relationship because of the arrogance and the rudeness of the girl. That the girl can disgrace him any time of the road, any day. So he came to me like it was weird that he wants to get married to me. That I'm the kind that I'm nice, the kind of gentle girl that he wants to get married to me. He never mentioned that he was married or something like that.
Now, when this happened to you, since it happened to you, have you spoken to the guy? What's his name?
Judone Asi.
Judone Asi. Has Judone gotten after you were beaten and tortured? Somebody, a good Samaritan, because that's how I would describe him, met you, gave you cloth, and from there, he reported the incident to the police.
Yes, sir.
And the police picked them up.
Yes, sir.
What happened to you? You went to the hospital or what?
I was in the police with my elder.
Okay, you also went to the police?
Yes, yes. I was there like more than 2 hours, which they were taking down what happened. They listened to our statement. Until my auntie Boya, came that it was crying that they should give the child that because of the beating that he saw on the video. They should give me she wanted to take me back to the hospital. She came there with the taxi and carried me with she came there with one human rights girl. Yes, they came and carried me to the hospital since then.
When you say beatings that she saw, how can you describe what happened in that house on you? Because you say pepper was inserted into your vagina. Yes. You were shaved. Just describe what happened. When you came into the house and you discovered that you were deceived.
Yes, sir.
Because it's not a guy. How did the lady even get in touch with the phone of your guy?
He traveled. He told me that he traveled there. He's going to leave keep his phone in the house. Maybe from there, I don't know.
Well, how do you believe him that he left his phone? Why don't you think that maybe he tricked you?
No, because it cannot be a day without calling. So yes, because he did not call that day, I knew that he has left his phone.
He traveled to where?
To Kumba.
Why would he be traveling to Kumba and then leaving his phone back?
Where they are living is too far that it's risky to carry his phone along.
Why is it risky?
That's what he explained to me.
Is it in an amber infested area?
I have never been in the house. So I don't really.
Okay. Now, he went there and then left his phone in the house. When you got into the house and discovered that you were deceived, is it the baby mama that first pounced on you, or is it the sisters, or what? How can you describe this thing?
I was sitting on the chair, which the baby mama just came out of the room with a bottle and hit it on the wall and like draw me on the dress, saying, so I'm the girl which I'm dating the boyfriend or the husband, that I should remove my dress. After what she would do to me, other people will have lesson outside not to date people, boyfriend, that if I don't compare with them or what she wants to do to me now, she will kill me and throw my body outside and nobody will recognize it. So
what followed?
After then, she asked the boys' sisters, they went inside, bought the stick and the mortar piece too and the bowl of pepper.
So they had prepared everything before you arrived?
Yes, sir.
Yes, just describe the scene, how it went.
They asked me to kneel down to undress my body. So I was putting on a jacket. So I removed the jacket, the t-shirt. Then she used the scissors and cut off my bra. Then asked me to remove my trouser and use the scissors and cut off my pants. Asked me to lie down. They poured the pepper on the floor. Asked me to roll there. And they started whipping me behind. Because if you can remove my back, all the bushes all over my body.
Did you not plead with them?
I plead to them I even asked them to collect the money that was inside my bag, the money, the 580,000, which I was supposed to pay the people, that they should take my phone that I can go. They refused. They even took my phone with and threw me out of the ID. I pleaded only for the ID card because I cannot walk on the road without my ID. Okay.
Now, Barrister Lohtabu Evans Tingom is in the house with us. Now, how did you get into this case?
Okay, thanks so much, sir. By nature, these are the type of cases which I take them pro bono. When I got rid of this issue from one of the court registrars there at Boyab called Mr. Akinde, that there is an incident somewhere and he best think that I should be the right person to handle.
Okay.
So I drove immediately to the Moliko police station, and upon arrival I was told that they left to the State Council. I called the second deputy State Council, Magistrate Ewane, to inform him that he should be aware that I've been informed of a certain matter, and in case of anything, he should inform me. So after some time, Magistrate Ewane called me that they have extended the time because they came a bit late, and the magistrates at the Court of First Instance were, some of them left already, that they have sent them back to Moliko Police for further detention, and they'll be produced the next day. So the next day I went to court, and that is where I even met her. And watching the video on social media and equally listening to her, I was like, placing myself, not now as a lawyer, but on her shoe. And since then, he has narrated this story to me over and over. And whenever she narrates the story, it is like piercing me the more. Like what she just said, that is a premeditated something. If you see from the text messages to where the beating took place, it is not something that was not a thought within 2 or 3 hours. It is something that has been premeditated for almost a month or over a month. And I now go now to the crux of the issue.
Yeah.
As of now, because the State Council profiled just a few charges, that is indecent act and assault. But with time, more charges will come up. Because if you see from the look of things, it is an attempted murder.
Okay.
If you really go through the entire process, it's an attempted murder. Because using a stick, I will say it at times, you know, lawyers, we have our own way of saying things. We don't mingle with things. If you see how the nature of a penis inserted, the soft nature of a penis inserted in a soft vagina without the lady giving her consent, the lady may even have wounds, or the male may equally have wounds. And then now a fellow lady will use a stick with pepper and insert it into a vagina of another lady. I think the intention was not only to cause harm, but to kill. Worst of it, using a blade, keeping a blade, a bottle, and a scissors, it is something that I think the judiciary should frown at it. First of all, as she rightly stated, we are still to see the blade. Was it a used blade? Look at her face. You see rashes all over her face. Was it a used blade? And what was the blade used for? Those are some of the questions that we have to ask. What was the intention of the blade after using scissors? What was the use of the bottle? Keeping a bottle and inviting someone into your house, and when the person got into your house, you break the bottle. What was the aim of breaking the bottle? So it is the game. It was really something serious, and the law is very clear. Offenses of such nature can even be punished to life imprisonment. But it is equally the duty of the judge, because justice, as per section 310 of the CPC, it talk of the judge and his conscience. But I think if I'm the judge, what will come into mind is attempted murder. But if the judge reason it otherwise, the sentences should range from 5 to 10 years minimum.
Okay. Yes. Let me get back to Essou Marinette. Essou Marinette, did you know that this guy had a girl? You said he told you that there was a girl.
Yeah, he was having a relationship, but he has terminated the relationship.
He told you that he had terminated the relationship. It means he deceived you?
No, because he told me that he has terminated the relationship because of the arrogance and the disobedience of the girl.
Do you believe him that he terminated the relationship, judging by what happened?
For a few times, for the 2 months that we have been together, I believe him because he was real. He has been helping me 1 or 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Do you still love him?
As for now, I don't know because I don't see anything wrong on side.
Mm-hmm. You don't know?
I'd say as for now, I don't see anything wrong.
You do not see whether you love him or not. You don't know whether you love him or you don't know. Now, the question I want us to get at is that now, since this happened, has he gotten to you?
No, sir.
Why?
I was sick. I'm still in the hospital, and I've not been holding my phone. They took my phone away, so I could maybe regain my sight and all the kind of. So he has not reached out to me.
He has not reached out to you. Has he gotten to at least your family relations? Did they tell you that he came around? No. He did not. Why would he not come when you believe that he's real?
Maybe he's scared of my family. Maybe when you come, they will like harm him because of what he has. Because of him, their daughter is in their position.
Mm-hmm. So you still love him and you think that he still loves you?
For me, I think he still loves me.
Okay. Very difficult one year. And he still loves you. That's what you think, and you are still in love. When he comes today and says, "Forgive me, baby," I don't know what came over this lady. Are you still going to pull on with him?
I said for now,
You're confused.
I don't see anything wrong with him.
Okay. You don't see anything wrong with him?
If you reason with her, and because at times I used to put myself in her shoe. She's a young girl with a brighter future. You see a gentleman honest to you to say that the other girl is arrogant, and based on what the ladies did on her, I think this young lady or the guy was right to say that the lady was arrogant. If you have that mind to do to your fellow woman, it means that that particular man is like an ant to you. You can eliminate him at any time. That is my own way of reasoning. At times we reason. I'm from Munya. Before the law, we have our laws.
Yes.
Yes. And I think perpetuating such an act on a woman, it means if that lady want to take the man's life, it's a matter of seconds.
Okay.
So I think the lady is right to, as of now, to be in a state of limbo, in a confused state, whether she should end a relationship or the relationship continue. But with time, I think the lady will understand.
Good evening, Mr. Liu, Kum Liu. Coincidentally, I made a complete legal approach about the Boya case. Please ask the lawyer if the can be a charge of torture, section 277/3.
Yes, torture. Yeah, of course. That is why I started by saying that as of now, the State Council, the court, the preliminary magistrate was seized but with 2 charges, an indecent act and an assault. So we still have many other charges that will come up, and those charges will only be based upon the evidence adduced before the examining magistrate. So we still have many charges. They are even we may even borrow from international law, because international law duly ratified in Cameroon are applicable by virtue of section 45 of our constitution. So we can borrow from them, like spreading someone's image on social media without his consent is a serious crime. But our penal code is still dangling on that, so we can still bring foreign law.
Now, many persons, I told you that you are going to be talking to the world. So whatever you are saying, people are judging you. And many persons are asking whether you still love the guy. They don't know whether you love the guy or not. Do you still love, you say his name is?
Dieudonné.
Do you still love Dieudonné?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
You are talking to the world. You say you still love Dieudonné.
Yes, sir.
Why? Even after what the sisters did to you?
Even though I've never known their sisters or any family member, because it was just a new relationship. Yes, but from his own impact and the way he has been with me, the way he has been doing things, I think I love him, and yeah, I think it was for real. Yes, it was for real.
Is your family aware of him? Do they know him? Your sisters, your brothers, do they know him? Do they know Dieudonné?
Only some my sister that I'm living in Boya. Yes.
Okay. You said that when you were texted, you were in Limbe, but you live in Boya.
Yes, I school in Boya.
And when was he planning to come see your parents or your family? Since you say his objective was marriage, and you believe him.
So he said after, because I'm graduating this December, he said after my graduation, everything will be done.
Okay. Why do you really believe this guy? Some of us are sweet talkers here. We can talk you to believe that we love you and then cook up what happened to you. But from every indication, you believe that Dieudonné is real. Why do you believe him? I
believe him because it was a short period of time. He has been taking care of me more than, let me say, people will be in a relationship for more than 1 year and they will still do nothing with the girl. But for the short 2 months we have been together, he has done more than, so I believe him on that. Now,
what has the family done so far? Did the family reach out to you? Because I read on social media that the family or the girl in question was pleading for her release, and others were saying that they were going to be released or that they have been released.
So on that, I heard on social media because I was not with my phone. Yes, I've heard about him saying the guy wants to release the case, wants to give me some money and send me out of board. But he has not mentioned that to me, and I have not heard that from any of the family members. But I've heard it on social media.
Okay, you've heard it on social media. You are the counsel for this lady. Has the family reached out to you for any understanding or negotiations or anything like that?
As of now, sir, no. No, but equally I've been reading terrible messages on social media concerning her issue. What I read is that the guy is proposing to her to withdraw the case and send her to Dubai. And I just want to tell the public that as of now, this girl has right only on the civil aspect of the matter that is before the court of first instance. The court was seized by the legal department, that is the state of Cameroon, and only the state of Cameroon that has competence to withdraw a matter at the level of the court. This girl, at a certain stage, she has to claim for damages. And if she thinks otherwise, then she can withdraw her claim. But for the criminal aspect can only be withdrawn by the state of Cameroon. And I think it can even be a difficult one, even for the state of Cameroon, to withdraw this matter, because this matter touches equally on the territorial integrity of the country, because the world is presently watching to really see the outcome of what really happened, to see whether the laws in Cameroon, the juicy law, whether they are applicable or they are mere paperwork. So as of now, sir, withdrawal is an impossibility as of now. That is what the law.
Withdrawal is an impossibility. We are Africans, eh? I'm sure Barrister Lohtabu,
yes, sir. We are
Evans Tingom. We are Africans, and yes. But my problem is, I want us to, the essence why I wanted this program was to clarify issues.
Yes, sir.
You see, because the social media actually says that the guy wants to take you out of the country and that you should withdraw the case because the family is involved, and you are saying that it is a no, it's a lie, because nobody has approached you, and you are also saying so. Now, but what if the family thinks that this thing should be settled out of court? What would you say first, Barrister, before I come to you? Can this thing be settled out of court, or you want these persons to be punished?
I did not get your question again.
I'm asking that, what if these ladies kneel down in front of you, the guy also kneels down in front of you to pardon the sisters? Would you do that?
Like
to forgive them?
To forgive them and withdraw the case? Or
yes, yes.
Me, I will forgive them, but to withdraw the case, I will not, because now, as for hand, the case is not at my level, at the law court. So I cannot withdraw the case. Yeah, but you still love Juvett, right? Yes, sir.
How, if Juvett says, I want to marry you in December, what would you say?
Yes.
You say yes?
Yes.
But Juvett will tell you that I want my sisters to be present on the day of our wedding. What would you, and the sisters are behind bars? Difficult one for you. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, counsel, how do we solve this? Let me say the family of Juvett comes to you because you are the one now in charge, that we want this thing settled out of court.
Yes. I'll tell them that Marinnette was not the one that seizes the court.
Okay.
It is the legal department that seizes the court. So the only competent authority to withdraw the matter in court is the legal department. Marinnette is just an attached to the complaint before the court. Because many people fail to know, we are talking about a criminal trial and not a civil trial. Marinnette, before the court, is attached to the civil aspect, but to assist the state to buttress his case. So as of now, Marinnette cannot withdraw the case. But she can withdraw the civil aspect of that case. Even now, when Marinnette abandoned, because Marinnette, as of now, she can even abandon the case there in court and go to wherever she wants to go. But the evidence or the testimony, oral, written, and everything at the level of police that were brought in court, they can still be tendered, and then the case file continue, the matter continue. So it is not an issue of how withdrawing the case. No, Marinnette does not have that power to withdraw the criminal aspect, but she can withdraw just the civil aspect, except the state took upon himself to withdraw the criminal aspect. If not, nothing can be done.
How many persons are behind bars as you speak?
As of now, there are 4. But we intend to bring many more people. Why am I saying so? This issue, there's an aspect in law that is failure to assist.
Okay.
If you watch that video, you'll see more than 10 people videotaping. Those 10 people could join or could even intervene
to stop the
act. But they were there. Instead of them to go and assist, they were videotaping. So at that particular aspect, if we can spot them out, then they can act as an accomplices, because they abetted the act. An abetter must not be someone that acted directly. You can abet just by failing to assist. So many people can still come in. And then one of the youngest lady among the group even stated before even giving her statement that she was an exterior photographer.
Okay.
It means inside the house there was another photographer. But as of now, we need to know who the three girls hired to act as the internal photographer, the external photographer, and where are their phones? Because from what my client told me, it's like they use by their own phone to videotape. After that, they transfer the images in her phone, forwarded all the images now on her own social media page. Then now,
people had to download.
People have to download. Then seize her phone for the time being, because what I know is that they discovered that if they hand the phone to her immediately, she may delete some of those messages. They have to keep the phone for the time being, so that, because like WhatsApp has a particular time that if that time elapses, you cannot delete something. That is so they really had the intention to tarnish her image. So the criminal parts, it can only be withdrawn by the state.
By the state. Now, what are the charges brought against these ladies?
No, as of now, there is no charge yet, because we are still at the level of preliminary investigation. Preliminary investigation is like a senior, let me put it this way, or a higher stage of what was done at the level of the police. So this is another form of conducting investigation. So, but you must seize the court through something. To seize the court, the legal department profiled by just two charges. That is assault and indecent act. So those are the two charges that seizes the court. But with time now, as the investigation is going on, they may now come up now with new charges. But if at the level of the preliminary investigation, the judge sees that there is no thing against the defendant, automatically the defendant can be discharged at the level of the preliminary magistrate. But if not, more charges can come out. And it is from those charges now they'll cease the open court now. And at the level, because now we are at the level of the president or the examining magistrate, at the level of the court of first instance. If the magistrate, after conducting the preliminary investigation, sees that the charges are in a felonious in nature, then they'll send the matter to High Court. Then now it will be something
as we speak. Where are these ladies?
They are the Boya Central Prison, awaiting trial. Because that is a language we just use here in Cameroon, awaiting trial. Out of the country, awaiting trial and convict, they are par. But in Cameroon, whether you are a convict or you are awaiting trial, you people sleep on the same bed.
You sleep.
So they are presently at the Boya Central Prison.
Central Prison. Have you been contacted? You say you have not been contacted by the family?
Yes, and the law does not permit me to visit the lady. It's like you are blowing hot air and cold air. This is my client. I'll focus on her. The ladies, they equally have their own lawyer. So the lawyer now will be the one to go to prison and not...
The lawyer has not contacted you?
No. As of now, since we are still at the preliminary stage, we have to first all run down the PI. That is, we have to finish with the before. We have to finish with the preliminary magistrate. Then from there now, we look for a way forward. But contacting me is only for the civil part and not the criminal part. Contacting me is only for the civil part and not the criminal part.
Now, the essence of this program actually is to let those who attack persons who are following, who are going out with either boyfriends that are not married. Let us take a typical example of this situation. Have you made investigations to be sure that this guy was not legally married to the baby mama?
Yes, sir. You know, before when you appear before a judge, the first thing is that the judge has to ask you certain questions. And these questions were being put to the baby mama. You know, issue like this, we have learned a lot. Baby mama, main chick, and my client was being termed the side chick. So we have the main chick and the side chick. Okay. The baby mama set it in court that even the traditional aspect of marriage was not done. But the guy just came for knock door. And I want to tell the public something. Knock door or traditional marriage is only recognized by tradition and not our law somehow recognizes traditional marriages, because when following custom, where you get married to somebody traditionally and then the marriage ended and you intend to get married to another person, you have to first of all go back and refund all what this family A gave you before you be liberated. But this issue of knock door is not, in fact, the law does not even know anything about knock door. And we men, I used to say it, when a man comes for knock door, don't think that that man at times is real. Like now in Africa, where you get married, where you give birth to somebody, when you give birth to a child, automatically, that's it's a very coded word, but it's language. That's an illegitimate child. I'm using it's coded in the sense that if I think the international community should really abolish that word, because a child is a child. There's nothing like an illegitimate child. When you give birth to a child out of wedlock, the law states that that child automatically is the child of the mother, of the father of that girl. That is how the law look at it. That is why if you go now to the High Court of FACO, you seek for declaratory judgment, and on your form, you feed in the name of the father and all whatnot. The first thing they'll ask you is that you should tender the marriage certificate. If the marriage certificate is not tender, then the president of the High Court will not sign the declaratory judgment. On grounds that there's another aspect of the law. Illegitimate children need to be recognized, and recognizing a child follows almost the same procedure for adoption. So the president wants to encourage that side of the law. So like the state of my client, that girl was not married, so they were mere dating. So it should instead run on social media that two dating girls fought, rather than saying that the girl is married. They were not married.
Another question I want to ask you, counsel, is that now many women are married to their husbands, and their husbands are going out with 1 or 2, 3 girls. Do they, even if this girl was married to this man officially, was it proper for a married lady to have treated another lady the way that this lady did in Boya? It's still wrong, sir. Okay. It's still wrong. What we have to know that Cameroon is a state of law, and the laws or the judiciary or authorities are closer to all of us Cameroonians. What you do is that when you see your husband, because the penal code talks about adultery, even though in a very funny way, because it favors the men. Why? Because this presumption, whether we like it or not, somehow a man by nature is polygamous. That is how the penal code try to twist it. Because what does the law say? The law says that if a married man is caught, I'm just paraphrasing, just get a sense. If a married man is caught with another woman, or how do they even lies? If a married man is caught with another woman on many occasions on the same place, not like that is if I'm married, you meet me at St. Clair Hotel in Boya. Tomorrow you meet me at Eta Palace, and then the next day you meet me at let me say Forba Hotel with different girls, or the same girls. That is not adultery as per the law. It means it should be habitual on the same place. I mean, you have to
meet me at St. Clair, meet me again at St. Clair, meet me again at St. Clair before the law consider it adultery. But with a woman, they say if you catch a married woman somewhere with another man, it's adultery. I think the law somehow is treated there. Treated because the law favors the man when it comes to adultery, because by nature we are cheaters. Take me the way you are, the way you think, but that is how I think. So a woman, what the public should know is that the power of every woman lies on a particular man. You can be 100% faithful, but you are faithful because you have not yet met the right person to convince you. And at times, we the married men, when we want to go out, I'm married, if you see, but this thing, it can still be something from my traditional doctor. I can remove this thing, pocket it, deceive a girl that I'm not married. At the tail end, my wife, when my wife meets you, my wife should instead attack but me. Because probability, high probability state that women don't look for men. Men look for women. So why should you allow your husband, instead for you to straighten your husband, you instead went behind and attack another girl? And if I was in this girl show, you used good techniques to convince this girl from Limbe to come to your place. Sit her down, explain to her that, Mama, this guy is my guy. We have a child. Look at the child. The child is 2 months old. Put yourself into my shoe. Tomorrow you'll be another person's wife. How will you feel when things like this happen? I think that one will serve this lady a very bitter lesson. And from there, if it's a reasonable lady, the lady will now think that that guy deceived him. But if you instead go now and attack this lady, you perpetrate whatever act that you people did, any reasonable man cannot come back to you. And whatever lies that the man was like feeding this girl to get this girl, the girl automatically will believe that what that guy said was true. And I think that is why this girl, as of now, is in a state of limbo to really know whether the guy was for real or not.
Yes, I will go back to you, Marinnette. This happened to you. You were attacked on the 8th of June. When this attack happened, you were taken to the hospital, and you say, no, to the police, right? Yes, sir. From the police, and it was established that you were not well. You were taken to the hospital? Yes, I was taken to the hospital. Can you speak a little bit aloud? Yes, I was from the police. I was taken to the hospital. By who? By my auntie, which lived in Moliko, and one human rights. Yes, the 4 of us went to the hospital. And you have been there since then? Since then, since the 8th, which was Wednesday to today. Yes. I just came out because you had to clarify the air, because so many things were being said out there which are false. Yes, sir. That's why you accepted to be here today. You were taken to the hospital. What did the hospital say you suffer from? I see a plaster on your. Were you also attacked? There is a bottle that she wanted to chew me, so I tried to defend her. Who had the bottle? The baby mama. Yes. That was holding the bottle. She wanted to pierce you with a bottle? Yes, that I defended my hand. That's why I'm having injury. The wound? Yes, sir. You were also wounded behind and... Yeah, behind all of my hand, you can see. The stick that they use on me. Yes, that gave me... They had to... They used stick on you? They were whipping my back, all of my body. Then they used the stick now, rub it on the paper and put it on my private. Now, what was the message they were giving you? Message as saying I should stay away from the guy. Yes, that I should stay away from the guy. After doing this, I will learn a big lesson not to date another person, guy or husband. You really believe this guy loves you and since then has not come for you? Like I said, I was not connected since then. Yes, I was not having. I was being in the hospital since. From that Wednesday to now, no connected, no phone, nothing. You have been in hospital where? In Boya? Yes, sir. The military hospital. And the guy lives where? He lives in Boya? Yes, the house that I went to, at checkpoint. Now, you have been living with this guy for two months together, and he had never taken you to his house.
No.
Were you not asking him to take you to his house?
I've been asking. He said when the time comes, he will take me to his house. That's why he went to Kumba.
To see the parents?
Yes, coming back. He said he's with their family members in the house. I should come urgent. That's why I left him there, come to the house.
Okay. Barrister, this is confusing. It's confusing. Many girls are out there who would attack other girls and maybe molest and do what was done to her and go away with it. Why are they not taken in? Is it the fact that the communities are tolerant to what is happening, or they are just ignorant?
No, I think the authorities are not aware.
Okay.
And for example, imagine that what happened to her ended at the level of the room. It would have ended like that. But it got aggravated because they themselves shot their own legs by forwarding the images on social media. And imagine that a thing, even like you send the messages to her and it ended like that. The thing too would have ended because no reasonable person could use his or her own hand to forward such messages on social media. So what we need to do is that such circumstances we need to report to the authorities. Just run to the nearby police station and report yourself. Like of now, I still have another issue which I am still investigating, almost of the same nature.
Okay, what happened?
Yes, this girl was dating a guy in my 16. The guy is a government teacher, and permit me to use this raw word, sir. Whenever they go to bed, they have sex. Like the girl is relaxing, the guy will take the phone, videotape the girl. Now the relationship is ended. So whenever this guy needs money, she'll just call the girl. If you don't send me money, I'll send your picture on
the guy. The guy is the one. The lady.
Yeah. And then the guy even went one time like that. I even sent the girl naked picture on his own status, and was threatening the girl that send those pictures to the girl that if you don't send me money, I'll publish them on social media. So this lady, I had one program on High TV, and I raised issue like this, and few days after I had a call. So presently the matter is at the level of the gendarme, and we are trying to get the guy. The guy as of now is on the run, and I'm sure something like this will push him far, because we need to protect the society. We know the weaker sex on earth are the women, and if you are a man, you have the feelings for a woman, you don't have that, and you see yourself weak to protect a woman simply because that woman does not have money to pay you, then you are violating even your mother's right. Like I said, Marinnette, I knew her just because of this. And I think as of now, I'm even assisting her financially. Because if you don't do that, it may happen to you tomorrow. And as a lawyer, honestly, if I have cases where people committed murder, then they hire them. There are certain offenses that I don't stand for. Like the other people have a lawyer. But honestly, if you hire me for the other side, even you are giving me $1 million, I will not stand. That is me. But we have vibrant lawyers that instead they want the cases like that. I make my name my own way. I don't make my name through something that tomorrow you'll be riding big cars and then people cannot applaud to see that man, like Imunyado say, no matter that they are kind of money that. So we should protect the women. Women like this, such an act could still happen on a man. Imagine that there were 20 women and a man in the house. You naked a man, you shave the man, you open the man's trouser, you perform, you will still be treated the same way. Or you will be placed where these same ladies are. So torture should be something that should be prohibited in our society. Beating, sir, I will even say that even beating your child at home is punishable by the law. Maltreating even an animal at home is punishable by our penal code. If the penal code can punish somebody that is maltreating an animal, then just think of what that same law would do for you tormenting a fellow human being. So we have to be very, very cautious with what we do. And issues like this, there are many things. You see, many things now will come up, especially in Boya, and we are there. We are there ready to defend the weak. And sir, when this lady brought in the issue that you asked her a question, that why did the guy leave his phone at home? So I'll say it. What we do is that if you are going to Kumba, your important phone, you don't go, because you don't know the obstacle that you meet on the way. What they do is that they pick Benchoronko, they keep the real phone at home. Maybe it was in the course of keeping the real phone at home that the lady picked and they were chatting.
Which means the lady has been monitoring what is happening.
Maybe.
And
yes,
has been jealous of you taking this. But have you learned any lesson from what just happened to you, Marinnette?
Yes, sir.
What is that lesson and that you would want to share with other young girls?
The lesson that I've learned is like when you are dating or any guy that approach you before dating that guy into like getting into that serious relationship, like know him well, know his whereabouts, where he lives, his family members. Because if I could have known that he's having a child and a baby mama that are living together, I could not have accepted the relationship.
So you mean to say that if a man is married and is living with a lady, don't go near them? Is that what you're saying?
If the man is married and that is, for me, I will not go to the relationship. Because I'll be, when I'll marry my own and another person will like want to come in, which I'll be like something jealous or I will not like about it.
So you were very convinced that this guy was single and had nothing to do with any other person?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We have come to the end of the first part of this program. We are going to be receiving the guys of Ntarinkon Credit Union. Hence, forward in the course of today's edition of the program, certainly you have one last word for the audience, especially those girls who have the tendency of attacking others for going out with their guys.
Yes, sir. I want to tell the public, not only girls, that there has never been any fruitful result from anger. Manage your anger. A positive thinker is somebody that even when pushed to the wall, reason, blend the outcome of your reason before reacting, and take it today that torturing someone is a serious crime in Cameroon, and we should be very, very cautious. Even your wife, you don't have the right to even beat up your wife. A woman is not a property as we knew before. A woman is not a property. A human being, that is why the Lord talk of a human being. A human being is either a man or a woman. So we should refrain ourselves from this issue of this aggressive nature, which is really entering into our head. We take the laws into our hands. At least from the four others and others that may still come, our society would learn a very bitter lesson. Thanks so much.
Marinnette, you were beaten. Yes. You were tortured. Yes. You were humiliated. Yes. Along the streets of Moliko. Pepe was inserted into your vagina. Yes, sir. By a fellow woman. What is the lesson? What is the message you have for other women out there? Young girls and those who are married.
All I can say is, I don't know if what got into that lady, because I don't know if a fellow woman will do this kind of act to me. Because I'm a lady like her. I don't know what gets into her that day. Because nowadays they will say no, man man, they were thinking that it was a man that did that to me, but realizing that it was a lady did that to another lady because of a guy which they're not even married. Means when they get married, the girl can even kill somebody else.
She'll be moving with a gun.
So I pray she learn a lesson, and next time she will not do that again.
Have you gotten to some counselors to help you out?
Help me out what?
To counselors to help you out in what you've gone through.
I don't get it.
Have you gotten to some counselors? Counsel, I think that she needs also some counselors to help her.
Yes, sir. I have been doing that. You know, as a lawyer is like a universal charger.
You're a lawyer.
We attack.
Okay, I'll put you in contact
everywhere.
with Mrs. Sanji Juvett in Bamenda. She's a counselor on issues of marriage and relationship. You work with him. And we hope that, we wish you the best. It's a pity this happened to you, Marinnette. Also, it may have happened to you to pass a message to others who think that they can just beat up any other ladies. But as we speak, they are behind bars and they have to face the full force of the law as we speak. Yes, contrary to what is circulated under social media.
Yes, sir. Like in the last court session, or the first court session we had, they were first of all sent to prison for a period of 6 months. That's because this prison is not only prison. Stricto sensu does not serve as punishment. This prison now, because if you see, the anger is still in the minds of Cameroonians. If they even play like releasing them, then mob justice can take its course. So it's like protecting them. And prison now equally is now like some sort of rehabilitation. They have to like reform, build them back to delete that evil mentality in them, sir.
Okay.
And sir, before I end, I was our coming year was being somehow sponsored by a guy called Rolly Geese something. Okay. Permit me to really, because it's a guy out of the country. He's really fighting for the right of women. Rolly Geese, me. He created a blogging account. I'm just I've never been. So he assisted us in our coming years. So we want to thank him so much.
Okay, Rolly, where is he?
I'm sure it's out of the country, but the elder brother is the same Kinde, the court registrar.
Okay.
So he's assisted us
Rolly, we are very, very grateful because it was not easy. I worked so hard to convince Barrister to be here this evening. Marinnette, Asha, please, if you are watching us this evening and you feel that you can come to the assistance of Marinnette, get to me this evening or tomorrow so that I can get you linked to Marinnette or to Barrister to come to the assistance of Marinnette after what she suffered. But especially she needs psychological comfort. Get to me this night or tomorrow so that you can talk and advise and support her for whatever she has gone through, or you get to Barrister. Thank you, Barrister, for coming. Marinnette, Asha, I'll visit you in Boya, I'm sure, this weekend. Okay, thank you. We are going to be receiving the guys of Ntarinkon Credit Union to tell us why every year they are awarded the best microfinance in Cameroon. They'll tell us the secret after the break.
I saw a lot of girls giving up for marriage at a very, very tender age. I saw kids with big dreams but being deprived of their right to get an education. But today, I come back to my community with a mission. My name is Kum Quintus. I am an actor. Just like the Orange Foundation, my mission is to support the education of a girl child and underprivileged kids in Cameroon.
Pushing our limits to help you achieve your dreams.
Orange.
Welcome back. You're watching Prime on My Media Prime. This time around, we're going to be talking with members of Ntarinkon Credit Union. They are all in the house with us. I would want us to do the pleasure of introducing ourselves. There is the manager of the douche. Yes, the manager of the douche branch of Ntarinkon Credit Union. She's here in the house. She will introduce herself to the world. Good evening, madam, and welcome.
Good evening, Mr. Journalist.
Yeah.
I am called Madam Forba Ngum.
Yes.
I'm the manager of the Ntarinkon Cooperative Credit Union branch of Douche Aqua.
Okay. And how is the douche branch doing?
The Douche branch is doing very well.
Okay.
It's very strong.
And I believe we also are in the company of Madam Tata Joyce. Yes, she is a marketer, also at the douche branch of the Ntarinkon Credit Union. Joyce, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
How is Takul doing in Douala?
It is moving on well, sir.
Okay. We also are in the company of Mr. Takul D. Maurice, Assistant General Manager of Ntarinkon Credit Union and Chief of the Marketing Department of Takul. Good evening and welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, actually, I'm Takul D. Maurice, the Chief of Marketing for the Takul Network.
You have been enjoying Douala for some time now.
Actually.
I hope Madam Joyce and Ngum are taking good care.
We are doing our best.
Really? Yeah.
Okay. We also had the company of Mr. Ngang Christopher. He is a board member and chairman of the Education Committee, coming on Prime for the very first time. Good evening, Mr. Ngang. Welcome.
Good evening, Mr. Kum. It's a pleasure being on your panel.
Okay. How is Takul doing?
Takul, we are doing fine. We are doing great.
I will start with you, the AGM. Mr. Maurice, you are in charge of marketing. If I note, I'll see that Takul has been winning so many awards in the last years. I'm sure last year, the year before, and other years, you have been voted the most reliable microfinance institution in Cameroon. Why are you the most reliable when we know that there are others out there? Is it not some propaganda that you're doing?
Well, it is not actually propaganda as such, but they are the realities.
Okay.
And if Ntarinkon Cooperative Credit Union has been receiving numerous awards from various media houses like the Guardian Post, the Scoop Media, the all-time magazine, The Voice. It is because Ntarinkon has been building confidence for over the years. You know, it was created in 1972, and since then we have been sustaining our values. And what are these our values? Our values include our reliability. You know, with cash, you need to be very reliable. You need to prove to the customers that you can always give their money at any time that they come for it. If somebody saves 10 million francs and he has to collect it the next day or after 1 year, it should be available. We have been very prudent and meticulous in giving out loans to our members. We have been paying members interest on savings. We have been the highest. We always pay between 5 and 6% every year. We have been very honest. You know, banking and dishonesty cannot sleep on the same bed. So which means that we have been very honest with members' money. You know, when you are not honest, people cannot trust you. So they come to us because they trust us, because we are honest. Right from the operational staff, you have the board of directors, they are honest, the top management is honest, and we have been building that confidence over 50 years. If Ntarinkon Cooperative Credit Union is the most resilient credit union during this time of crisis, it is because we are strategically located in the major cities of the country, and we always design products and services that suit the needs of all the members. Be you, an Okada driver, a tomato seller, a journalist, a teacher, we do design products that would serve your interests. You see, come to think of this idea of, buying a plot in big cities. Buying a plot in big cities is quite a very cumbersome, is quite an expensive thing, and so we have designed a product called plot financing, whereby once you become our member and you identify a plot that somebody is giving out, we can sponsor to buy that plot for you, because it is not possible for someone to save maybe 5 million or 10 million in 5 years or 3 years and buy a plot. You must certainly need credit from a financial institution, and Ntarinkon Cooperative Credit Union is one of those microfinance institutions that is actually helping people to settle. Okay. So those are some of the things.
People to settle. But certainly, as we speak, there are very new products that you have been releasing to the market. What are some of these products?
The products include the digital services that we are offering now. Okay. Actually, we are into a digitalization process in Ntarinkon Cooperative Credit Union, whereby a member would sit at the comfort of his home or office, and he will use his cell phone or smartphone to maybe save money into his Ntarinkon account, withdraw money from his account, view his account history, his balance, and even receive SMS messages as any transaction is done into his account. We also, with this salary, the small-scale salaries of company workers, we are paying company workers like G4S, Soka, and they use the opportunity of passing their accounts, their salaries through us to get small credits, overdrafts, to pay their house rents, to buy their plots, to buy maybe bikes so that it facilitates their going to the job site, and many other things.
Okay. Madam Ngum, Dush Douala, how is Dush doing?
Dush is doing very well.
Yes. How are the people of Douala receiving and adopting and appraising Ntakul in Douala here?
The people of Douala, I think, over the years, because Takul came to Douala in 2005. Okay. So with this period of time we've been here, the population of Douala have come to realize that with Takul, they can actually realize their dreams, because we are able to assist our business members to expand. We are able to give loans to civil servants, private company workers, to be able to acquire pieces of land, build their houses, to do other businesses, to realize other sources of income. And as well as we are able to do check clearing, check discounting. So many customers, this is the economic capital of Cameroon, and so many people are into business. We have the ports located here. Many people come and they run short of finances to get their containers off the ports. They come to us and we are able to give them loans at very minimal rates, and they are able to realize their dreams at very low cost. It's been like a dream come true to many business people and petty traders and big traders.
Okay, if you're watching us and you have some questions for the members of Ntarinkon Credit Union, please do well to send the questions to us. I will read them out to them and they will provide you with answers. Madam Joyce, you are doing marketing. What are some of those advantages that are there in Takul, and then many business persons in Douala may not be aware of, that you think they should know today? They may not just only be in Douala, because we are watched across the world, that they should take advantage of.
Okay, so thank you very much. Ntarinkon Credit Union, being one of the best microfinances in Cameroon, has so many advantages to members and even to non-members. Ntarinkon Credit Union, in order to fully enjoy the advantages, you have to become a member. And becoming a member of Ntarinkon Credit Union, you just need a minimum of 15,000 francs.
Okay.
You create your account and you start to enjoy the services. You have advantages like overdraft facilities, especially to salary earners with us. When you earn a salary with us, if it happens by the middle of the month that you are so tight up, you still run back to Ntarinkon Credit Union, will always assist you with overdraft. If you, like we have Jangi financing, there are so many people that enter in Jangi and they want that they always conflict, they have this conflicting interest of who is benefiting first and who is benefiting last. So Ntarinkon helps to finance Jangi, like Jangis, mostly the groups that are legalized. They come and create account with us. We calculate if somebody was to benefit 1 million, if there are 10 of them, we give 10 million and they share. Then in their sittings, they collect the money and come and repay.
Pay. Okay,
yeah,
that's an innovation. I've never heard of this.
Yes, Ntarinkon has that service. Then we also have minor accounts. Ntarinkon gives the opportunity for children to have accounts. At children below the age of 21, you open the account in the name of your child and you manage it yourself. Like you just drop money, and by the end of the day you see that that account is already having money. You will not have that stress for rentrée scolaire. When the child is going back to school, you just come, withdraw the money from the account and you are gone. And the good news with these minor accounts is that they run almost free of charge. If you keep 500,000 and you want to withdraw that 500,000, you have that 500,000 without any charges.
Okay.
Yes.
How easy is it to open an account with you guys?
Yeah, it is very easy to open an account with us because we take a registration fee of 7,500 and your account is already open. The two accounts, we have the deposit account and the savings account. Savings account is like an investment account where you open, you put your money for future projects. Because when you want to withdraw from savings, you need to notify. Otherwise, they will cut you a minimal franc, like 1% of what you want to withdraw at a time if you do not notify. Then we have a deposit account, the current accounts. The current account is like a business account. You put money, you withdraw at any time without any charges. And the good news with the savings account is that it works interest. And I bet you for the past years, Ntarinkon has been paying the highest interest on savings. So you don't just keep your money and come and see it at the end of the year the same. Even if you have been withdrawing along the line, you still have interest to enjoy at the end of the year.
Okay, we're talking about a credit union that has been awarded the best digitalized. Yes, credit union. What are we talking about here? It means that when we talk of digital economy, information communication technology, as far as micro finances are concerned, Ntarinkon comes first. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, effectively, Mr. Kum, that's what we are saying. And Ntarinkon lives with the times.
Okay.
And we, as the Assistant General Manager said, we don't just overnight sit and come out with some of these products.
Okay.
There are needs expressed by the time and by our customers.
Okay.
And you know, of recent, we are talking about digitalization in all services. And any institution that is left behind will certainly be abandoned by the base. So Ntarinkon has come out with this product in order to respond to a need by especially the youthful population, what you call the Android population these days. People who want to, they have so many things to do and they want to do them easily. You know, so digitalization is just like bringing banking into your palms, from the comfort of your home, from the comfort of your office, from the comfort of where and whenever you find yourself. You can do your banking transactions using your smartphones. And as the marketing manager said, you can do withdrawals, you can do push to your account, you can do account-to-account transfers, and especially and more importantly, you have SMS alert. You know, as when we used to be Android, analog, once in a while, customers may come up to complain, oh, I was expecting 1,000 in my account, I have but 500. These days, you send your son or your daughter to deposit money in your account. Once the transaction passes, you get an alert, which is what most customers are now enjoying, while we fully deploy the software or the platform in the coming months. And when you have that alert, and when our platform will be deployed, you'll be able to verify to see whether your account has been updated, and it is done real time. Immediately you do a transaction, your account is updated. You can download your account history without necessarily coming to us in the office. In short, what we are doing is we are doing virtual banking or virtual financial services, such that fiscal displacement will certainly be reduced. Whatever the case, our mothers in the villages should know that the traditional services that we offer to them remain. Those that want to come to the bank to do their services, we are increasing the number of our cashiers, because there's already an influx into our branches, as people expect us to come in the coming months to display our new platform in the coming months. The influx is already being felt, and that's why we continue to encourage our mothers who are not Android, who are not digital, to know that while we go digital, they are still a priority to us. Thank you.
Ntarinkon Credit Union unveils attractive offers digital innovation. You say respect engagement of paying 6% interest rate on savings. What are we talking about here, Mr. AGM?
Yes, you know, when you build a tradition that you always pay 6% on your member savings, you need to sustain that tradition in order to sustain the membership base. So what we are actually saying is that we will continue to pay at least 6% or more, so far as our members continue to be loyal, as far as we get more and more members, especially as we have launched this digitalization process, which will attract, you know, the youths, which constitute more than 60% of the active population. You know, the World Council of Credit Unions did advise that microfinance institutions should get into digitalization, because it is a game changer for the inclusion of youths and those who are literate and doing international trade to come into the fold. Because if youths must spend money, youths must also be taught how to save money. Youths must cultivate that culture of saving money, so that as they grow up, they will become very responsible and they will become entrepreneurs and set up their businesses, since the job market nowadays is very saturated. But we need to create jobs for ourselves so that we can employ others.
Okay. But 6% is more than what others pay, if I get it well.
It's more than what other credit unions pay, of course, actually.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, Mr. Kum, when we say 6%, those who are outside doing business with other microfinance, they just need to go to their financial institutions and verify what did they pay last year, and then they will know what Ntarinkon is offering. Because when we talk of 6%, some people think that some people don't even believe, because some microfinance pay 1%, some pay 2%. Some members don't even know how much their institutions pay, because maybe the rates are such that they don't want to announce them. So we are saying that this 6% is verifiable, and our customers, is not only the institution is talking about it, our members are talking about it, and they appreciate it so much.
Okay, they are appreciating it so much. You are announcing full digital transformation to ease transactions. Takul, you are. Oh, let me get back to the douche. Yes, the douche, madam. Yes, but what is it that you can tell us? Some of those examples that show how you guys have taken some persons out of poverty in Douala since you came to Douala.
Okay. Ntarinkon really offers so many customer-friendly products. And like I earlier mentioned, we've had so many employers soliciting our services in payroll management. That is one aspect that Ntarinkon does so well and has been able to alleviate poverty in the lives of many employees. So employers come to us seeking for us to manage their payrolls. In that way, we get to give facilities to their workers, and of course, they become stable because they're able to acquire pieces of land, they're able to feed their families, they're able to have school fee loans. Like this is the period. Moving up to school fees, Ntarinkon will be offering school fee loans in the next few months, and that is going to ease the burden on most of these employees. And of course, the employers have the tendency to retain their workers for longer periods of time. We also have business people, like I earlier mentioned, who come in for financing their schools. They have schools, they want to renovate, they want to build more classrooms to expand, the employees.
Yeah, those are very lofty services you are presenting to the public.
Yeah.
How easy is it to get these loans and finances? Are you not putting so many conditions to fulfill to get loans from Takul?
No, there are not so many conditions.
Okay.
So, for example, once your salary is domiciled with us, it is so easy for you to get a loan, because your salary, it is a deduction at source. You tell us how you want the salaries to be deducted. Somebody may want to pay as much or as little. So it's at the convenience of the employee to obtain the loan. And for the business loans, of course, we get to look at your business plan. We are technicians of the field. We get to advise you how you can build your business plan. And we follow you up, of course, to see that you execute it as you intend to, so that the results come in. The different loans, depending on the amounts, they are going to be needing their different conditions. But generally, it is not so difficult because we work with our customers one-on-one. We have that tendency to work with our customers and to understand every project to the end.
Yes, but what about collateral? Very difficult to provide collateral. You talked about persons who are working. What about those who are not working?
Those who are not working, they are doing business. We give loans to business people who own shops, who are into a business, and you can pay through daily savings. We have workers on the field who go to their shops, to whatever business side. You can decide to pay 1,000 francs a day, 2,000 francs a day, which helps to service your loan at the end of the period. There are people who can pay as much, depending on how big their business is. There are people who can do daily savings of 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, and that helps to service their loans.
Okay.
Yeah, let me come in to add that, a microfinance institution always practice what we call microcredit, and microcredit has to do mostly with group lending. As Madame Tata had earlier mentioned, Jangi financing. That's one of the sources through which we give loans to people without necessarily getting collateral, because when you give to a group, you see there is that peer monitoring within that group, because the members of that group, they are very familiar with themselves. They have already taken maybe some bylaws that binds them. And you know, one of the conditions of sponsoring that type of a group is that when a member defaults, because sometimes it could be by nature, death, it is the responsibility of the group, and the group knows how they can now pay that part of the member who is no more. And then you also have you know, we embark so much too on women.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want us to respond to some of the persons who are watching us.
Okay.
Someone, Martin, writing from Pendamboko. Pendamboko is in Littoral here. He says, please, how can I be transferred from my credit union to Ntarinkon Credit Union, Bongo?
That how can I
be transferred from my credit union? Maybe he's in another credit union and he wants to transfer to Ntarinkon.
Okay, to Ntarinkon Credit Union. Yes, the traditional and the common rule for someone to leave one credit union to another is that you apply to your credit union of origin that you want to close your account, and that application is there for 3 months. Then after the 3 months, you go there and you are given back your shares. Then from thence now, you can now come to Ntarinkon Credit Union and open your account with Ntarinkon Credit Union. Besides that, you can still open your other account with Ntarinkon Credit Union before even applying to close your account with that other credit union, because you know, at first all the credit unions were under one network.
Cool.
Yes, but nowadays you have about 3 networks that are controlling various credit unions. So they have their various rules of you know, closing their accounts and joining the other. It's not so much tight again, because people are more liberal now. Like now, Ntarinkon is under the Rainbow Cam network.
This is new to me. I've never known. I just knew of Cam Cool
and Rekuka.
And Rekuka.
Yes, but so you have Rainbow Cam now, Rainbow Cooperative Credit Union of Cameroon.
When was that created? Some
two years ago, and they already have 21 affiliates. It is, in fact, it is the brainchild of Ntarinkon Cooperative Credit Union.
Where is the head office?
Bamenda.
Bamenda.
Yes.
I think some communication needs to be done for the audience to know. I will take 1 or 2 more questions, and then we continue with the program. Please, we are not taking calls today. Just send a text message. Don't send any call. So many calls. Good evening, Mr. Leo. Please, do the credit union found only in Dush? I'm Silvanus, writing from Suza. Okay, Suza is not too far from Pendamboko. In Douala, in the littoral, where are you found?
In Douala?
Yes, go on.
In Douala, we are found in Bonaberi, beside Foku Bonaberi. And we are also found in Aqua, opposite Kojeni Dush. And the other branch is found at the Cité de Palmier.
Okay.
Yes.
Opposite St. Rita Catholic Mission.
So Ntarinkon operates 3 branches in Douala, but across the nation, you are planted across the nation.
Actually.
Also. Yes. Where else are you from?
Yeah, in fact, we are present in 7 of the 10 regions of Cameroon.
Okay.
In Bamenda, we are at Bamenda 2, Food Market, and Ntarinkon itself. In Bamenda 3, we are in Kwen, near Amumezam. In Bamenda 1, we are soon opening an extension office upstation, the new council sheds. In Bafusam, we are opposite Marché Bay. In the Yaoundé, we are in Kunu, opposite Marché Kunu. Yeah. In Lonkak, we are opposite the MRS. In Meleng, we are at Tota Meleng, and we'll soon be opening another branch at Mendong. In the East Province, we are in Betwa, opposite Gendarmerie. In the Southwest, we are present in the Boya, in my 17. We are present in Kumba, along the Boya Road, and we'll soon be opening another branch in Limbe. And then where else again? We will soon be moving to Ngaoundé maybe by the end of the year. So that's our spread. She has already given the locations of the littoral. So we are very, very present, and we're expanding.
So there are 3 branches in Douala, please. For you who is writing from Souza, there is a Bonaberi, there is Douche, and there is Cité des Palmiers. Okay. Good evening, Mr. Leo. Please, I wish to know the procedure to transfer my salary account from a bank to Ntarinkon Credit Union. Miriam is writing from Bamenda.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so to transfer your salary from one bank to Ntarinkon Credit Union, you need first, which is very important, a certificate or an attestation on non-indebtedness from that bank. Okay. Then we need your copy of ID card. We need 2 passport size photographs. We need a copy of your birth certificate certified, and then we also need an attestation of effective service. You submit those documents to us, and then we'll conclude the other processes. We'll take it to Yaoundé Ministry of Finance, where the salary will now be transferred from that bank into Ntarinkon Cooperative Credit Union.
I hope the message is very clear to you who wants to know how to transfer. This one says, hello, good evening. I have been a member of Credit Union Food Market for 5 years. Okay. You should try to make the 6% interest true to everybody. Some persons think that they have not perceived the 6%.
Wow.
Maybe
what is happening is that, Mr. Kum, as we said, we have shares.
Okay.
What happens is that most often when those interests are paid, people who have not made up their shares, if they have not made up their shares, maybe the interest which were supposed to be paid is put in their shares. So some of them may go there and think that they don't have the interest. If they go to their shares, they will realize that their shares have been increased by what was supposed to be paid to the account equals to the 6%. So most often some members think that the 6% has not been added. That's just what I can explain.
Yes, and another thing is that maybe at the end of the year, when people receive their interest, they compare notes. Maybe somebody, A may be having 500 francs in his account, another one is also having 500,000 francs in his or her account. And then maybe A has been paid more and then B less. What happens is that maybe A has been doing a lot of withdrawals or B has been doing a lot of withdrawals that has caused a reduction in his own interest calculation. And maybe they did not start saving at the same time. Probably A started in January, B came in but in June. So those disparities must be there.
And some people just bring money in December and put and think that they will have the same 6%. In fact, it is calculated on a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
At the end of every day, it means every savings that we have in our account, the interest is calculated. And then at the beginning, so that at the end of the year or at the end of every month, the money that was in your account for that month, if you withdraw it next month, don't know that the next month you may not have that interest. So that's what some customers or some members don't understand.
Okay. Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Liu. I'm a client with Takul. If I'm closing my account and my shares are to be given, will the shares be given with interest? I'm writing from Bamenda.
Of course, as earlier said, once you pay your shares, interest is calculated in it. When the thing is that when they are calculating that interest, they join your shares to the savings. And before they calculate, they don't separate it. That's why people may not notice that interest is not calculated on shares. Meanwhile, it is actually calculated on shares.
Good evening. Does Takul have ATM machines? I'm sure if you watch very keenly the videos behind us, there is ATM machine now. Yes. You guys are use ATM?
Yes, we have ATMs, certainly. And just to add, Mr. Kum, concerning our, maybe that customer asked, the member asked that question because he doesn't know the difference between savings and shares. Shares are actually savings. The only difference is that you withdraw them when you want to leave, and everybody is supposed to have the same amount. So in Taku, we pay interest on your shares just as we pay on your savings. Yeah, with savings you can withdraw them any moment, but with savings you take them when you want to leave the union.
Okay.
And that's what makes you a member.
Please, sir, I'm based in Japan, and how can I check my account online? Luis is writing from Japan.
Yeah, we'll tell Luis that in 2 months' time maximum, he will be able to do that, because when the digitalization process will be completed, he can go to Play Store and download
the app,
the app, the digital banking service app of Ntarinkon, and he will go through a certain process, and he will be able to bank into his account and do other transactions using his smartphone.
Mr. Leo, Rainbow Cam is the brainchild of Ntarinkon Credit Union and Bafut Credit Union. Okay, not just one, just to clarify the audience.
Okay.
But do not, the audience is clarified. Please, the manager, what do you people do with rents collected from the numerous buildings we all own? Okay, what do you do?
Oh, yeah, you see, when we talk about paying members' savings, that is part of the income that we collect from those houses that Ntarinkon builds, maybe in Douala, Boya, Bamenda, and all the like. So it is an investment that all the members do enjoy. They add the income, the rental income, into what they have collected from members as interest from loans, and then before they share to all the members.
Okay, there are so many questions coming, some are calling. They would really want to express their minds, but I want us to go. There are so many branches across Cameroon. You say you are present in 7 regions. Okay. Now you are present in 7 regions. The objective is to, by the time you are celebrating 50 years, what is the objective? Who takes this one? And when is the celebration coming? And what is it that you guys are going to be celebrating?
Yes, we'll be celebrating so many successes that Ntarinkon has been having over the 50 years. We'll be celebrating 50 years of building confidence. We'll be celebrating 50 years of reliability. We'll be celebrating 50 years of growth and sustainability. We'll be celebrating 50 years of improving the lives of so many thousands and thousands of Cameroonians. We'll be celebrating 50 years of having come up with magnificent structures in Boya, Douala, Bamenda, Yaoundé, that is increasing the income of members. We'll be increasing or celebrating 50 years of honesty, because you must be honest in order to safeguard and certify the needs of all the types of members that we have. We'll be celebrating 50 years of always being awarded with awards as the best microfinance institution, the most resilient, the most reliable, the best managed, and the fastest growing cooperative credit union.
In the house, yes, what are you going to be celebrating? 50 years of what?
Yeah, he has said it all.
1972.
Yeah, he has said it all, but I just wanted to add that, because part of your question was, how is it going to be done? So as to how it's going to be done, we are going to organize a tombola.
Okay.
We may be coming here to tell our members what they will benefit from, maybe questions or whatever, maybe testing them, their knowledge of the credit union. We'll be doing a lot of outreach programs. You know, we have as part of our social responsibility, we will be reaching out to doing some outreach programs to members in the form of visits to orphanages, to the have-nots among our members, and seeing how we can better their status by doing some corporate social responsibility, so to say. This is the year where we have to do a lot of that in order to let our members, even if they don't benefit through interest rates, they may also benefit through some other activities that we may be doing this year. And we want to also make our members know that we are talking about 50th anniversary. In the coming months, we are going to roll out a detailed plan of activities, and they will be informed as to when each activity will be coming up. So let them get set.
Okay. In Douala, what are we going to be celebrating, Marango?
For the 50th anniversary?
Yes. Where is it taking place?
Probably by October. The board of directors have not yet set a specific date for that.
Okay. Yes, but in Douala, what are we celebrating? Raising business people?
Globally, we are going to be offering so many products, maybe many new products, as the chief of marketing was earlier said earlier. We don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet. Okay. So when it will be October, there will be lots of surprises for our members and the public. Yes. Okay,
but we're talking about something that happened in 1974. That's the birth of 72. I'm not sure any of us was born. Yeah,
except me.
You were born.
Before then, you were born.
Okay,
like
you
me,
and
yes. Yes.
But how do we understand that we have many financial institutions in Cameroon that crop up for 10, 15 years? They are gone. Ntarinkon has been existing since 1972, because I thought it was created in the 90s, 98 or 2000s. How do we understand, how do we tell people that this is a strength of Ntarinkon to have survived since 1972 and today, and they are breaking new grounds? Yes, Madam Joy. All of us are going to answer that question.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I think from what the AGM earlier said, the issue of confidentiality and honesty has made Ntarinkon to grow as far as from 1972 till present date without any difficulties. The issue of liquidity also. When you come to Ntarinkon Credit Union, if you go to a bank and you are not well saved, you will never think of going back to that bank, and you will obviously fall. Then our liquidity also comes from the shares. So it is very difficult with the present membership of Ntarinkon. Ntarinkon keeps growing, and with the present membership of Ntarinkon Credit Union, even if like 500 people withdraw their shares, it will be very insignificant, because the cooperative will still continue to grow. Because our capital comes from the shares. It's not as if it's one person that has contributed the capital to be managed. That if that particular person withdraws back, the cooperative will fall.
Good evening, Mr. Leo, to all the management of Ntarinkon Credit Union in the studio. What is the interest on loans and the amount for their shares? Alfred Tamufo is writing from Boya. Can we just take down some of the questions so that when we take it, I will respond to them. Good evening. It's lucky day for Yaoundé. How much is their shares per member? Okay, just take note. This one is from Yaoundé. Good evening, Mr. Leo. I wish to know how you create your account if you are out of Cameroon. Franklin is writing from Dubai. I hope a note is also taken. Please, Mr. Leo, please, is there a possibility to know the modalities your interest is being calculated to be sure the interest rate? Stanley is writing from Bamenda. This one says, can a loan go for up to 10 years? Okay. They have taken note. They will answer you. Good evening, sir. I'm Philemon from Yaoundé. I'm receiving my salary through another bank and wish to take loan with Ntarinkon without leaving my bank. How can I do? Okay, a note has been taken. They will answer you. Does the union belong to a particular village or tribe? Raymond Awambeng is writing from Douala. Raymond Awambeng, good evening to you. Good evening to the panelists. I thank the Ntarinkon Credit Union for their services. Have one worry, which is their charges a lot on overdrafts. Okay, you have to say so. Raphael is writing from Bafusam on overdrafts. Good evening. I really want to ask, how much can 200,000 francs give you as a benefit in a year? Bawe Maxel is writing from Bafusam. Okay. Good evening, sir. I'm calling from Yaoundé. My name is Adamu Kika. If you wanted to join Ntarinkon Credit Union, you are not from Bamenda, it will be, is it possible? Okay. Yes, strange questions. Good evening, Mr. Kum, and to all the Ntarinkon officials on board. Ask the AGM to throw more light on the plot financing service and what it takes for a client to benefit from it. Daddy Clay is writing from Boya. Yes, good evening, Mr. Leo. What caught me is the Njangi financing. I want to know how the interest rate is calculated when the group is paying back. I am Seraph writing from Bamenda. Okay. Hello, good evening. In the house, my name is Anamiti. Please send us your address. I am in Douala. Douala people are going to send you the address, the ATM. For those who are concerned about ATM, that's the Ntakul ATM behind me there. Good evening, Mr. Leo and others. If I have an account in Douala and if I travel to Bamenda, can I still collect my money in Bamenda? Boo Emmanuel is writing from Bamenda. Good evening to the Ntakul crew. Special greetings to you, Mr. Leo. Please, where is Ntakul located in the southwest? Secondly, how can someone deposit money through mobile money to his or her account? Jackson G is writing from Bingo. This one says, Mr. Kum, thank you for bringing this matter to the limelight. Okay. How much will someone benefit if he saves 1 million for 1 year? So many questions. Taking them, we are already out of time. Taking all of the questions. I've not even touched the questions on WhatsApp. Yes, can we just provide answers to some of them?
Oh, yes. Talking about interest on loans. The interest on loans is 1.5%, calculated on a diminishing balance method.
Okay.
Diminishing balance method means that if you have taken a loan of 100,000 francs from Ntarinkon Credit Union and you are to pay monthly 10,000 francs, let's say for the first month you pay 1.5% of 100,000, it will be 1,500 francs. And then if you pay the capital of 10,000 francs, it will be remaining 90,000 francs. And when you come for the second month to pay another 10,000, they will calculate that interest now, but on the balance of 90,000 francs and not more 100,000 francs, as some other microfinance institutions are doing. They calculate on a fixed standard method, whereby when you start paying 1,500 francs from the first month, you will pay that 1,500 francs till when the loan is at 10,000 francs. You still pay 1,500 francs instead of 150 francs at the last month. Suppose you were to pay it for 10 months. That is how we calculate our loan interest on a diminishing balance method, 1.5.
Okay. There were so many questions.
Yes, and you have to create an account. We had answered that question. You can create your account from anywhere. Yes, you simply send your, you scan your photocopy of your passport size photograph, you send it through our email, Ntakul@yahoo.com, Ntakul1972@yahoo.com. Send it through that email.
Whether you are in Dubai or in America, in the UK. Okay.
Yes. And then, you can also get to another branch. You see, we can get to another branch and withdraw your money without any problem. Let's say you were a Douala member, you find yourself in Bamenda, you can withdraw your account, because when they log in your account number, your portrait appears in the screen of the computer, your signature too appears. There the teller is confident that he is dealing with the right person, because we are digitalized, we are interconnected. So it is easy and it is possible. Okay, he talks about plot financing. When you identify a plot, as I said, and you don't have that immediate money, all the cash to pay, and you are a member of Ntarinkon Cooperative Credit Union, you come to the branch manager or the loan officer. They will go and inspect the place. They verify to know whether the land is free of encumbrances, and then if it is free as such, the union buys the land as if it is the union buying it, and then you sign as a witness to the union. The union keep the documents, and automatically the land that you are buying becomes the collateral to that loan. So in this case, you are not afraid of the union, and the union is not afraid of you. because if you don't pay all the money, it means that the union can convert the land back to its catch.
Okay.
And, you know, so it's quite a very lofty investment that so many persons have benefited from it.
Okay, we are out of time already.
Okay.
We are after 8 o'clock. Madam Joyce, one last word, please, for our televiewers and clients and prospective clients of Ntarinkon. No, Madam Joyce. This must Madam Joyce. Yes.
That's Madam Forme.
Yes.
A word to our customers. I would like to first of all appreciate all those who have accounts with Ntarinkon Credit Union, because you gave us the confidence and we are able to accompany you in your dream. It brings us joy to know that we are part of your success story. And there is so much more for you and the public. So if you are still thinking, if you are thinking investment, if you are thinking safety of your finances, if you are thinking of investing, think of Ntarinkon. Ntarinkon is a gateway to your financial freedom.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you. Madam Joy, one last word to the televiewers.
I will encourage everybody to come and create an account with Ntarinkon so that together we grow and together we shall achieve everything that we want to, and we'll have our financial freedom, especially the women.
Okay.
They should come and join Ntarinkon.
Mr. AGM, we are talking about our 50th anniversary. I don't know whether we are going to have a 3 hours program here to actually present to the world what packages are available for the people.
Yeah, for sure. The 50th anniversary is going to be a wonderful occasion for all the members of Ntarinkon Cooperative Credit Union to share more ideas, because we shall open up conferences. We shall come back to my Media Prime to open to the public so that they can even give suggestions on how we can improve on Ntarinkon Credit Union, so that we will continue to be the leading microfinance institution that will be saving the lives of many, improving the lives of many. You know, our motto is to improve the economic and social status of our members.
Okay, we want to thank you all who took time off to watch this edition of the program. When I announced that Ntarinkon was going to be in the house today, many persons wrote to me that they were going to watch to get what Ntarinkon has in store for them. And many have written, so many, I cannot read the messages, all of them. So many have written, and those of you who want to get connected to the AGM or any of them, you write to me after this. I'll share the numbers to you so that you can know how they can serve you better. We want to thank you all who took time off to watch this edition of the program. Stay blessed, and bye-bye. You have something to show them?
Yeah, I just want to show this publication of Ntarinkon Cooperative Credit Union. You know, it's the only microfinance institution that is, you know, coming out with a publication as such.
Okay.
Because here you can know more about Ntarinkon Credit Union, the history, the products and services, how the AGM is being managed, because, you know, when we cannot gather all 75,000 persons in an AGM. So, but we write a report, a magazine to put the activities there so that other members, even the diaspora members, can read it. It is called The Creditor.
Thank you very much. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.